كن شريكا في الدعوة، كن عطاء للإسلام، فلنكن نحن قدوة، ننشر الدين السلام.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أجمعين. أما بعد. There is a lot to say about Surah Al-Ma'idah, but inshallah ta'ala, due to the time, I'd like to mention one or two ayat. Number one, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, حرمت عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل لغير الله به والمنخنقة والموقودة والمتردية والنطيحة وما أكل السبع إلا ما ذكيتم وما ذبح على النصب وأن تستقسموا بالأزلام ذلكم فسق اليوم يئس الذين كفروا من دينكم فلا تخشوهم واخشوني اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا فمن اضطر في مخمصة غير متجانف لإثم فإن الله غفور رحيم. This ayah is one of the last ayat that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It talks about two very, very important aspects in our deen. Number one, the ayah talks about some of the foods or the meats that are halal for us and the meats that are haram from us, that we need to avoid and abstain and stay away from it. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمْ. Allah has forbidden from you al-maytatu, the dead animal. If the animal is dead and it was not slaughtered, we cannot eat. وَالدَّمُ, to drink the blood also is not allowed. وَلَحْمُ الْخِنْزِيرِ, and the meat of the pork, of the pig, are also haram from us. وَمَا أُهِلَّ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ بِهِ, and anything that is slaughtered other than Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. This means that there are people who slaughter animals for jinn, for shayateen, and so on. Anything that's not slaughtered for the sake of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And then when we slaughter the animal, we make sure we slaughter it properly. If the animal is dying in this situation that the ayah mentioned, he said, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, وَالْمُنْخَنِقَةُ, things that are prohibited from you are al-munkhaniqa. Munkhaniqa is the animal that's strangled, that is not slaughtered. Be it chicken that they strangle like this, or be it other animals that's not slaughtered, but rather it was strangled like this, al-munkhaniqa. Wal-mawquda, and the one that's been thrown away from a high and then fall down and then dies as a result of that impact of falling down. Wal-mutaraddiyatu, and the one that's been beaten to death. Animals that are beaten to death and died and was not slaughtered. Wal-natiha, and the animals that are killed by the horns of the other animals, the hoofs or the horns of the other animals. وَمَا أَكَلَ السَّبْعُ, and what the wild animals has eaten and killed. Okay? It's haram from you. إِلَّا مَا ذَكَّيْتُمْ, except that you have reached and that you have slaughtered. Okay? So the animal is the type of, these things that I've mentioned is, if you reach before the animal has died and it's been slaughtered and the blood is let go, then it becomes halal for us. وَمَا ذُبِحَ عَلَى النُّصُبِ, and what was slaughtered for an idol, what people worship. These are the animals that are haram from us. So as a Muslims, we are required to make sure that the meat we eat is halal. Especially people who live in the midst of non-Muslims. Although the practice in this country, as far as I know, is that most of the animals are slaughtered by Muslims. But at times there is a possibility that non-Muslim is kill animals in a manner that does not conform with the Sharia. So it's very important that we make sure that the meat and the chicken that we eat is properly slaughtered according to our Sharia. And then Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, when he talk, and then you see the blood, sucking of the blood or drinking of the blood. Some cultures they do drink blood. Some Muslim or non-Muslim cultures, they drink blood. The blood is as haram as the pork. You have to remember that. وَلَحْمُ الْخِنْزِيرِ, the pork and the pork products are haram from us. Animals that are dead and that was not slaughtered are haram from us. So that is something that we need to keep in mind. The other very important aspect that the ayah has mentioned is where Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, الْيَوْمَ أَكْمَلْتُ لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ. Today I have perfected your religion. Today Islam is being completed. Today Islam is complete. الْيَوْمَ أَكْمَلْتُ لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ وَأَتْمَمْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَتِي, and I have completed my ni'mah to you as a Muslims. My ni'mah of Islam is being completed for you. وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا, and I have pleased for you Islam as to be your sole religion, no other religion. And then Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, فَمَنِ الضُّرَّ فِي مَخْمَصَةٍ غَيْرَ مُتَجَانِفٍ, and whomever is forced to eat the animals that we mentioned because of hunger or because of other difficult situations, okay, without taking this as a habit, فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ فَلَا إِثْمَ غَيْرَ مُتَجَانِفٍ لِإِثْمٍ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is indeed oft forgiving. What this means is that if you have nothing else to eat and you are about to die for hunger, then you can eat dead animals, you can eat meat that's not been slaughtered, you can eat the pork, okay, if there is no other food for you available. But that should not become a habit for you. Only if the need, a definite need arises, then you can eat this. If you eat the situations, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Allah is indeed oft forgiving and oft merciful. So that ayah, when that ayah, Jews said to Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, said, Wallahi, نحن إنا معشر اليهود, we as Bani Israel, if this ayah would have revealed to us, لَاتَّخَذْنَاهُ عِيدًا, we would have made this a celebration. This ayah, this is one of the greatest ayah of the Quran. الْيَوْمَ أَكْمَلْتُ لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ. You know? So Umar ibn Khattab, he said, أي آية تعني? Which ayah are you referring to? And he read this ayah. الْيَوْمَ أَكْمَلْتُ لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ وَأَتْمَمْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَتِي وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. Today I have perfected your religion. Today Islam is being completed for you. And he said, do you know when this ayah was revealed and where this ayah was revealed? This ayah was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the Hajjat al-Wada'. Hajjat al-Wada', the farewell Hajj. And that is the only Hajj that Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam went for, by the way. For your information, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam have gone to the Hajj only once in his entire life. Once. It's called Hajjat al-Wada', the farewell. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam died 83 days after that, in the most authentic narrations. So it was revealed while Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was in Arafah, in Yawm al-Jum'ah. So it is already Eid for us. You know, it was meant, Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, to reveal this ayah at the most important day in the days that Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has created. So our religion is perfect. That means no bid'ah is allowed in deen. Bid'ah means innovations, things that are added to the religion. Because anybody who comes up with bid'ah is somebody that is against this ayah. Because the ayah said, I have perfected the religion. The religion is perfect. So by coming up something that's not part of the religion, that means you're going against this ayah. That Allah Ta'ala said, I have perfected your religion. Inshallah ta'ala, the other ayah that I'd like to mention quickly is where Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala told us that the food of Ahlul Kitab is halal for us. One, to marry the woman of the people of the book, Ahlul Kitab, is also halal for us. This is what Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said. Al-Yawma, today, أُحِلَّ لَكُمُ الطَّيِّبَاتِ, I have allowed you at-tayyibat, things that are pure and clean. وَطَعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ حِلٌّ لَكُمْ, and the food of the people of the book, the Christians and the Jews, حِلٌّ لَكُمْ is halal for you. وَطَعَامُكُمْ حِلٌّ لَهُمْ, and your food is also halal for them. وَالْمُحْصَنَاتُ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنَاتِ, and the pure Muslim women are also halal for you. وَالْمُحْصَنَاتِ, and also pure and protected, مِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ, women that are pure, that are clean. Okay? مِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ, amongst the people of the book, the Christians and the Jews, is also halal for you to marry. إِذَا آتَيْتُمُوهُنَّ أُجُورَهُنَّ, if you give their mahr, muhsinina, we are referring to women that are modest and pure. غَيْرَ مُسَافِحِينَ وَلَا مُتَّخِذِي أَخْذَانٍ, those women who do not fool around and do not associate with other men. These are the women that are allowed for us. So the ayah is telling two important aspects. One, that the food of Ahlul Kitab, other than what is haram, is halal for us. Okay? For example, pork is always haram. Al-Mayta is always haram. Okay? But other foods we can eat from the people of the book. The second thing is to marry the woman of people of the book, Ahlul Kitab. And Ahlul Kitab always means the Christians and the Jews, nobody else. Nobody else is also allowed for us to marry. Okay, if we, and the condition that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentioned, muhsineen, غير مسافحين, ولا متخذي أخذان. If they are good people, modest, okay, people who don't fool around, good people, you can marry. Now, this matter, the ulama talked about this matter, they said, the ayah is referring when the need arises. When the need arises, okay? Which means that if there is availability of Muslim women that are available for us, then we should go for the Muslim woman. And there is a very important point here. The point is that, and that happens a lot, I've seen so many brothers who married Christian women, especially if you go to the Western world. What you will see and what you will face, a challenge that is very difficult. When she gives birth to children, okay, she will take them to the church. And she has the right to take. Even if you divide the time, she'll tell you, okay, take them on Friday to the mosque, and I will take them Sunday to the church. And as a result, what comes out from there? Allah knows. Perhaps Muslims? No. So the issue of the future of the children is at stake. Very dangerous. And we know many brothers who went for marrying a Muslim woman, ended up that their children becoming non-Muslims. And they went to the church, or they become even atheists. So for that reason, the ulama said, unless it is necessary for you to do so, well, there are places that you may not find Muslim women. There are places, it happens many times. Yes, instead of falling into zina and bad stuff, you better marry. But where Muslim women are available in, like this country, in abundance, Muslim women, Muslim ladies are looking for good men. Why do you go for Christians and other people? No need to do that. No need to do that. But if the need arises, it is halal for us. If the need arises, it is halal for us. هذا بالله التوفيق وجزاكم الله خير والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.